Just right OCD is a subtype of OCD that centers around things not feeling right, and we fall into certain actions to make them feel right. What's going on, my peoples, man? Appreciate y'all tuning back into the channel. If y'all haven't already, man, make sure y'all subscribe and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss a beat when I upload. And as y'all can see by the title, we're going to be talking about just right OCD. Now, before we get into the video, man, I just want to throw a disclaimer out there. Excuse me. In this video, I will be talking about common triggers, obsessions, and compulsions when it comes to this subtype. And if I don't mention a trigger, obsession, or compulsion that you go through when it comes to this subtype, it does not mean that you don't have OCD. It does not mean that you don't have this subtype of OCD, because OCD is not one size fit all. What may trigger me may not trigger you. What trigger you may not trigger me. What compulsions I fall into, you may not fall into. And what compulsions you fall into, I may not fall into. And yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias. I'm gonna put them right here. And yeah, let's get into this video, man. People who are perfectionists aim to, have things done a certain way. They have a preference for getting things done a certain way. Now, while someone with just right OCD are doing things that a perfectionist will do, they're not doing it out of preferences. It's more so them doing it out of the distressing feeling of something not feeling right. The distressing feeling that we feel from this subtype comes from intrusive thoughts surrounding things being, in order, things being precise, and symmetry. Triggers for just right OCD can show as physical symmetry fixation. So this could be you having the need of your body being balanced. So if you're if you're cutting your hair, it all has to be evenly cut. They all has to be the same length. If you're cutting your nails, all your nails have to be even. And if you're applying like certain body products to your body, whether it's makeup, lotion, whatever it is, it has to be applied evenly. Even and out sensations. So this is basically you feeling like everything needs to be balanced out. So for example, let's say you're walking down the street and someone accidentally rub you on your left arm. You feel like you need to rub your right arm the same exact way to balance it out. Perfectionism in speech and writing. So this is you feeling like everything you say or write has to be done perfectly. So this can look like you repeating a certain phrase over and over again till it feels right, or rereading a message over and over again before sending it. Once again, someone with just right OCD aren't doing these actions out of the intentions of being perfect. They are doing these actions to relieve the distress they are feeling due to certain things not being done a certain way or just not feeling right. Just right OCD obsessions can show as obsessing over everything being evenly. So like I said in the middle of the video, if you're cutting your hair, you're making sure that your hair is the same amount of length. If you're cutting your nails, you're making sure they are cut the same amount of length. And if you're applying certain products to your body, you're making sure that they are applied evenly. The need of balancing things out. So like I also mentioned in the middle of the video, you may obsess over balancing someone touching your left arm by touching your right arm, or if you accidentally rub your left cheek, you feel like you have to touch your right cheek to balance it out. And obsessing over a message or email being written perfectly or formatted perfectly. Some just right OCD compulsions can look like fixing behaviors to make sure things feel just right. So like I mentioned throughout this whole video, if someone rubs you on your right arm, you will rub your left arm the same way to make sure that it feels balanced. If you're cutting your hair, you're making sure that it's cut the same amount of length. If you're cutting your nails, you're making sure they are cut the same amount of length. And if you are applying products to your body, you're making sure that they are applied evenly. Avoidance. So this is basically you avoiding anything that could trigger you into feeling like you have to fix something or make sure that it's perfect. Seeking reassurance. So this can look like you asking someone if your hair is cut evenly, or if a picture on your wall is hung up straight, or you can ask someone to overlook an email that you're about to send or a message that you're about to send to see if it's formatted properly, or if your message is clear, and just overall see if the message or email is perfect. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the video. I hope this video was very helpful to anyone that is watching this. If you're someone that's dealing with just right OCD, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. You're very much seen, you're very much heard, and you're very much understood, and disclaimer, if I did not mention a trigger, an obsession, or a compulsion that you deal with when it comes to this subtype, it does not mean that you don't have OCD. It does not mean that you don't have this subtype of OCD, because OCD isn't one size fit all. What may trigger me may not trigger you. What trigger you may not trigger me. And what compulsion I fall into, you may not fall into. And what compulsion you fall into, I may not fall into. And yeah, if you're someone that's just watching this video to get a better understanding of what OCD is and what this subtype is, I hope this video was very informative. I hope this video can help you help others around you that may deal with this subtype, or just it helped you get a better understanding of what just right OCD is. And yeah, so yeah, make sure to leave that like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss a beat when I upload. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias. I'm gonna put them right here. And yeah, if you haven't already, check out my last video right here where I was playing Saint Rose 1. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope you have a great week. And as always,
I'm gone.